money.
And am I born for this? To wear these slavish chains, deprived of all created bliss, through hardship, toil and pain. Alas, and must I still complain, deprived of liberty?
Roscoe Street in Liverpool is named after William Roscoe, a lawyer, politician, businessman and cultural enthusiast who was brave enough to oppose slavery at a time when the international slave trade provided great wealth to the city. A rich and influential figure in Liverpool, his ambition for the city was to match the cultural diversity of Florence, Italy. A supporter of William Wilberforce, he was instrumental for the abolition of slavery. In February 1807, he showed great courage in delivering a speech to Parliament, which helped pass Wilberforce's slave trade abolition bill a month later.
It is now upwards of 30 years since I first raised my voice in public against the traffic which is the object of the present bill to abolish. I shall always think it is the greatest happiness of my life that I have had the honour to be present on this occasion and to concur with those true believers of justice, of humanity, and as I most firmly believe of sound policy, who have brought forward this present measure.
On his return to Liverpool, he was attacked for his support of the abolition bill and branded a traitor to the city. Although slavery has been abolished, we found that it still exists in many forms today.
You mustn't forget that a lot of women who sell sex are women who are slaves, in effect.
Like a lot of times some women get forced into it by like drug dealers and stuff like that, so it's protecting the women.
When young people are not protected, the consequences can be devastating.
The first people who offer jobs to young people a lot of the time offer hand-up CVs or drug dealers and gang members.
Schools play an essential role in educating young people to respect each other.
Bullying's like an umbrella and there's loads of different things which comes under bullying. Our play like targets like what people can feel and how they feel and how it makes them feel, like not going to school and not wanting to do things that they've always wanted to do. All people today who will perform these plays that are around the same age group, it's going to make them think, yeah, maybe what I am doing may affect that person in that type of way.
And so the answer is we've got to give people hope and opportunity.
I think we need to engage with our young people and not give up hope on them. A lot of them have been to prison and they've got in trouble and everyone's given up on them. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Do you think prisoners who have committed very bad crimes, do you think, should they have any rights?
I think that when someone commits a crime, they give up a certain amount of rights depending on the severity of the crime.
Yes.
But that's standard, and everyone knows that if they commit a crime, there's going to be consequences. So, but there are basic human rights which have to be given to a person for food, water, shelter and security.
Outside the United Nations building in Geneva, a group of campaigners from Iran were calling for assistance to improve the conditions in their country.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I look around, I see a lot of young people, and our whole point is to know what we can do as young people, 18, 17, what we can do to help and to make a change.
Do you feel that we need a more democratic system? Do you feel that your voices aren't being heard?
I actually think they hear our voice, but they don't want to pay attention to our demand, and we must continue our sitting and then try harder so they can hear what we're going through.
So basically, democracy has really failed, hasn't it?
Yeah.
European Union should just be there when help is needed.
What we've seen with the Arab Spring is new movements springing up. And it's not a turn to Al-Qaeda, it's not a turn to terrorism, it's actually people wanting the same rights we take for granted here. So we've got to be on the right side of history.
In non-democratic countries, governments are not obliged to protect their citizens. This often leads to emigration in search of a better life.
Do you think that issues that have to do with the immigrants, like the ones we have to deal with in Greece, with people coming from Asia,